Well, what a difference 24 hours can make when we've learned how to deal with the feelings and overwhelm emotional sensations in the body, physical sensations. When we start to look at what's our energy and what's what we pick up from our environments or collective shifts. And when we start to, obviously being gentle on ourselves, but be firmer in our boundaries, of energetic boundaries of what we intentionally want to maintain in our space, in our personal space, and blocking out. This is why spiritual protection, it is important, because a lot of people, we don't realise how sensitive we are. And even if you're not hypersensitive like people like me, or empath or whatever, because there's so many terms for these things, but some of us are very, very deep feelers. Even if we're not as deep as some people, we're all picking up energy. We're all in different energetic fields, and that's going to penetrate our aura. And so if we don't start to know the tools to smudge or whatever we get drawn to, some people don't want to work with smudge with smoke. So and I'm particularly a fan of smudging and smoking, and especially when I don't know why they're coming through now, but the toner arawak, where the arawaks, that was the ceremony that I was doing in Jamaica, is smoke ceremonies. So with the tobacco plant itself, but if you don't want to work with smoke, then obviously we've got herbs, we've got oils and sound. There's lots of things, movement. We've got lots of ways of protecting our auric field, and it's quite beautiful on our own personal development journey, spiritual development journey. And I say personal because I do believe we are all spiritual beings, and so when we say spiritual journey, it's just a path of life, isn't it, really? I'm a little bit fidgety today because I guess, maybe I'm releasing things from yesterday, and I don't ever really intend to come on here and be filming every day. Some things are filmed pre and post when I experience them, because I know there's people watching and trying to learn and study me, so all right. But it's just quite lovely to engage with that self-mastery practice, like what I didn't know last year or 2 weeks ago, I can now experience and feel and put into practice of where I need to be, or what I need to do, or herbs I need to drink as part of my tea, or if I need to be inside or need to be outside. And I'm just saying to a friend last night, it's just a really that's satisfying for me, gratifying. It makes me happy, it makes me at peace, because I start to identify, I can self-cure. We don't need to be giving our power away to other people to be helping us. We help ourselves, and obviously we're all at different points in our awakening and path, and pulling ourselves out of energies that is not our own. I know a few people who are maybe, trickster energy, who are not having great times at the minute, but they're in fortunate sort of privileged positions, I guess, in a physical sense. And I sometimes feel that people don't identify, we don't talk about it enough, is that the energy or the darkness they're feeling is not necessarily their own. As they're tapped into collective energies and shifts, and I just trust that they will find their way out, and that we learn to look after ourselves better, because the mind is really the most important thing that will get us through what's to come, the beauty and the madness, and that is how it's going to be. There is a cause and effect, and a line of dark, and the law of polarity. And if we believe in mentalism and sort of the hermetic principles, whether we believe we're an initiate or not, initiations happen. Well, I think there's another meme or quote that was like, life is the initiation, you are the ceremony. Or life is a ceremony, I think it's life is the initiation, you are the ceremony. So that was quite an interesting thing to think about, because although I've identified sort of 5 or 6 big different you know, some might call them meltdowns, breakthroughs, breakdowns, awakenings, epiphanies, ascension, upgrades, downloads. They're all just words for like huge, big, significant milestones or points in our life in the physical realm where we feel quantum leap, or we identify moving to a new timeline. We see our reality shift quite dramatically. And we can all read more about this online. You know, I get drawn to things intuitively. It's not like I go to a bookshop and pick up a book. I just tend to hear words and see things, and things will drop into my physical world and tend to be led just by intuition, which again is a gift. We all have it, and I didn't know that it was there before, but tapping into it, acknowledging it, giving it, like, you know, energy flows where attention goes. I'm like not being able to get my words out too much in a minute, but energy flows where attention goes. So what we focus on, i.e. this lack mentality, you know, will stop the abundance. So it's really important to catch ourselves in the early stages of any form of negative patterning. And, you know, that's part of the physical journey of human experience, is these weird range of emotions, which we do when we encounter multidimensional beings. We can see that they struggle with the human emotion side, which is what I've been through. And as I said, I'm not only human, and so that is why I believe I've struggled with the connection to emotions. I was going to say it's more than most, but it's not a comparative journey to any other of my versions of myself across the timelines, across the ages. This has been a very tricky one for me, because emotions and communication have been something that I've had to work with and master. As an ambivert, I think I was born an introvert. I think I was around extroverts. You pick up different traits, but coming back now to who I believe I truly am, discovering, because it's just going to continue, is needing to be near people at times and to be alone. So, you know, the ambivert is the extrovert and the introvert. So yeah, I believe that this is a very, very interesting time, and for me, there's personal victories. I feel very, very happy at discovering these emotions in myself, at discovering that I can help myself, I can cure myself, and yeah, just happiness at knowing myself. I trust that a lot of us are finding that, because it helps our relationships around us. It can, you know, stop us being taken advantage of. And that's not me blaming to say, oh, people have taken advantage of me. But what we don't know, we can't change. When we start to look at ourselves, when we know, we must do better. And that's what I believe. So I'm physically doing a bit more, and mentally and emotionally and spiritually, because I've been called that way. And yeah, I trust that you're all moving towards the 1111 in conscious ways, intentional ways, and I need to wash my hair, that we get what we deserve.